Hello, everybody. That's right. It's Tuesday. And you know what that means? It doesn't mean anything. It just means we're playing Embers Adrift. Don't ask me. Don't ask any questions. All right? See that? Embers Adrift. It's not lying. We're playing Embers Adrift. So I don't have any crazy plans right now, but I have one or two goals. Goal number uno duno would be to get more Ember Essence, because we're probably going to need some tomorrow. So why is this so far over? It's like, this seems off, and I was correct. Mainly to get Ember Essence, and also maybe a little bit of experience, you know? If we get into a group, cool. But if we don't get into a group, that's also cool. So, we're going to go over here. As you can see, that big, beautiful sun is out there. No, it's Blupiter. I mean, we're used to looking in the sky and seeing the bright thing being the sun, and that's why I called it such. But no, that is Blupiter. The all-guiding, encompassing light. So yeah, we're in Red Shore right now. We just chilling. From last time, which was, I believe, Thursday? No, Friday. Friday was the last time we played. And, yeah. I'm probably going to head over to Grimstone Canyon. As you can see, our Ember Essence is a little low. Kind of need all the Ember Essence that we can really get. Wit. Psst, hey. Psst. Psst, hey. Did I tell you could chew? Wit. Caught you. You gotta let everyone see you now. I'm sorry. Look at how big and beautiful you are. You're such a big and beautiful boy. That's right. You're a troublemaker, but you're also a big beauty. Okay. You've done your crime. You've done your time for the crime. I know you'll probably do it again here. I'm gonna give you a tithe. Alright? If I give you some treats now, will you not annoy me? Whoa, what's up with this fucking lighting? It's all crazy. Anyways, we'll see if that deters them for a good minute, maybe 2 minutes. You know? I parlayed with some tithings. Hopefully that's enough to stop them. It's crazy because it's like late afternoon, but it looks like the Great Reckoning is behind me. I don't know. I don't know what's going on back there. You can put it into your own personal lore about what the fuck's going on back there with all that light. It's like, I look at it and it's not that bright, but this camera looks at it and it's like, yeah, you know, you're gonna be whisked away to a holy place. And I'm like, I don't want it. Don't take me. I have Embers Adrift to play. All right. Let's see what's going on. Yeah. Yeah. weird. It's like 31, 32, 39, 42, 35, 50? I don't, I think, you know, my name confuses the game and it doesn't know what level I actually am. Which is good because then I slide in there. And then I win the game. You win the game, you win the real life or something. I don't know. But yeah, this is just kind of a low-key stream, you know. Again, if anyone has any questions, they can ask them. Or just keep your questions to yourself, you know. I would rather not ask questions and look dumb later than ask questions now and look dumb now. I mean, I get it, you know. I've been in there in class and it's like, I don't understand this, but also my hubris is is preventing me from raising my hand and asking a very simple question. Let's check on YouTube. YouTube's looking good. So yeah, you know. But yeah, the main goal is just going to be mainly getting Ember Essence. I'm probably, hopefully going to do that because I think they changed it slightly. I think there used to be no grave guards. One should have grave guards in there, and now there are. You know, and people say, well, the devs don't listen, and this game sucks ass. That's not true. I feel like if you go into this game with the mentality that this is a solo, mainly a game where you solo, then you're not going to have a good time. That said, there is solo content, but that's supplementary, you know? That's like, it's like eating candy before dinner. You don't want to just eat candy and not eat the dinner, not eat the main course. Some candy is good before dinner, but not all candy for dinner. I'm sure people live off of vitamins and cupcakes and candy, and more power to them. Hopefully, the fucking EV isn't. So I don't know why, but the EV also appears. So you have this giant track of, you have this giant tunnel? No, it's not a tunnel. Hallway that's filled with these plant creatures that will root you into place and murder the ever-living shit out of you. So those are not good. You don't want to go through there. But sometimes it spawns on the other side of it. There's nothing you can really do about it. Hopefully we can find where this freaking EV is. We got a Ravager behind us doing the stanky leg. Or he was. He gave up. Okay, well, looks like it's not here. It's funny because before it was slightly easier to find the EV, and now it's like more of a pain in the ass because it spawns here, it spawns all the way down here and around on the other side of here. I'll show you, you'll see in a second how far all these like spawns are. And then you have the camp that's south of the mandrakes. Is it south? It's on one of the sides of the mandrake hallway. And that's no good. The good news is that if you spawn on the other side, you can just leave and end up in Dryfoot, and then you won't be that far from that monolith. But my OJ, my little OJ stone, it's running a little low. We're at 112. And we're probably going to need all that Ember Essence later. We're going to need every ounce of it. But yeah, mainly our goals today is just get some OJ, put it in a rock. And if we get some experience, that will be grand too. But currently, we still have this from however long ago. 3 grave guards from yeah. 2 out of 5. I'm glad spring was kind of rearing its head around. You know, it was so gosh dang cold for so long. And I'm glad the weather has finally decided, listen, it's spring now. Now things can be way too damn hot. Muujin with the raid, with the party of 2 raid. Thank you, Muujin. How's it going? What were you just playing? Azuric passing us by. A little bit of Pantheon? That's always good. I'm sure a lot of people are jumping in on that. Getting their sweet Pantheon fixes. I'm probably going to wait a little bit until I dive back into it. It's true, everyone does need their fix, Muujin. Because eventually they're going to do a wipe. And when that wipe happens, people are going to be like, I'm not going to play for like a little bit. And then that's when I'll jump in. It's very true. We all need that MMO goodness injected into our tricep or whatever. A quadriceps. Or other muscle terms that I pretend like I know, even though I don't really know. So we're heading over to the Shrieker EV. We're gonna mess around with the solo loop. Try to finish this GD bulletin board that we've had for like 3 weeks. I mean, different spots for different people, you know? Some people directly into the arm, some people directly into the brain. Just like in the Matrix. You know, they had that like thing that went into their brain? Same thing. Why? Oh man, I knew this is why I don't fucking update things. Here. Good thing I can do this on the fly.
Hurrah.
There you go. Okay, why are my actions not working? Well, that's a problem I have to deal with. The one time I'm like, hey, I'll update this program. Nothing will go wrong.
Hurrah.
I wonder why that didn't work. Weird. So I don't use Streamlabs. I use streamer.bot. And I like that because it just directly... I have it to where it just directly turns on sources on and off. Maybe that was just a glitch in the Matrix. I don't know. It's hard to say. But yeah, if it's not here, it's in that other place that's in a pain in the ass to get to. And I don't want to go through there, but I might have to go through there. Listen, your marauders, get out of here. Yep, it's over here. Thank God. Thank God. I didn't want to have to go through all that mess. So we're about to fight some shriekers. You're gonna hear all kinds of crazy noises. Are there any outside? Do Scourge? Nope. Oh, there's an Ashen though. I'll take that Ashen for $3. Unless he comes with like all of them, then I'll just zone in. I feel like the spawns immediately outside of the rifts are kind of a little too packed. Okay, there's a shriek. Okay. Is it just him? Looks like it is just him. Oh yeah? That's good. I feel like just any channel is just consistency. And slowly over time, you'll just build things up. Because I feel like a lot of people, they'll start streaming, and they'll do it like maybe for like a month or something, and then they'll just kind of drop it. Oh, we got a little bit of OJ for our stone, a little bit. Alright, time to go in. Yes, this is the character that I play on Wednesdays with Nathan and the rest. He is a pumpkin man. Because fantasy football, he's already level 50. Just makes more sense to have someone closer to his level. Now, I wasn't planning on playing Pumpkin Man this far, but you know, the call rose and I called it. So you can look at him in all his pumpkin glory. See, what does he look like without the hat on? You know, I don't know which one is worse. Well, it's technically a turnip head, not a pumpkin head. Yeah, what is going on with that?
Yeah.
Good thing I can do it on my own. I have to mess around with that afterwards. That's right. Gotta heal. If I don't heal, nothing's gonna happen. I'm gonna die a terrible, horrible death. Also, hi, Frames. Listen, Frames, I believe in you. You can do it. So yeah, hopefully we find some more grave guards in here, because that'd be great. That would be great and good. Is there anything in here? We'll sell for a little bit. I'd give them the Sparrow, but Sparrow's a long ways off from hitting. Is that 38? Actually, no, she's not that far off. She's like 3 levels. We got a Shriek Assassin in the distance. Anyways, Shriek Assassin. Let's go. Also, it's getting pretty warm. Let's see. Can I pull this without pulling everything? Actually, let's not go that way. Let's go this way. This is probably the better route to go. So like I said earlier, this is just kind of a chill, low-key kind of stream. We're mainly just killing some shrieks, trying to get some action back. Oh, there's a Graveguard. Nice. Why am I getting like 80 fucking notifications? It's like, chill, alright? I'm streaming. You can wait however many hours it's gonna be. We're getting pretty lucky with these Ashen spawns, though. Got lucky with that. He was sprinting like he was aggroed, but he was actually just chilling. So you're taking Nathan's advice and getting a dog this time? That's good, you know. I feel like that's how a lot of adoption centers work. It's like you see the dog, and it's hard to go to those adoption centers a lot of times because it's hard to leave without adopting. They came back, told me dog had the poops today, and I could not take her. Well, that sucks. Like, do they have to, like, give it more medication or treatment or something? Or are they just like, we don't know if this is going to be adoptable in the foreseeable future because of its health problems? Okay, that's good then. At least it's not a completely, like, undone deal where it's like, you know, you just can't do it for one reason or another. 3 out of 5. We need 2 more. We need 2 more. 2 more Graveguards. Actually, I should probably sit. You didn't see anything shriek. You didn't see... you saw me. Damn it. Watch this one go, Ashen. I just know it will. Yep. Yep-a-roni. San Francisco treat. Well, joke's on you, Ashen. Oh, that's great, Muujin. Yeah, I feel like getting a puppy to trust you that quickly is a good sign. Because usually they're pretty, like, skittish. Or just have, like, they have a lot of going on, a lot of zips and the zooms going on in their brain. I need the rest. Yeah, hopefully we get those other two grave guards. Would like to get cause I'd be surprised if they remove this task. It's kind of a pain in the ass for a solo player. So in guild they were talking about the wolf earring. And we're talking about that wolf earring that drops in the wolf cave. It's like, I think it's like two hand weapon damage, two one hand weapon damage, and 2 range damage. And it's like, that's technically the only DPS earring in the game right now. But it's like, it's such a low number that like that's only 2% damage. It's not gonna like make you do crazy amounts of damage. It's not worth. Like you've probably followed a lot of people who are like meta slaves. They'll probably tell you to get 2 of those. But honestly, resist earrings aren't bad. Like this daze resist and stun resist. Those make it so that you can actually do damage when mobs are casting daze and resists and all that crazy stuff. It's probably way more important on healers, but also it good for DPS. Let's see, how's our OJ stone looking? 142. We're almost back. We're almost back from... Uh-oh. Whoa. Whoa. Let's see. Did I get all 3 of those? No, I only got 2. We're good. Now, 3 would be a problem, but 2 is doable. That's funny, it'd probably be easier on my Brigand, because my Brigand can just CC the other one and just kill the one. But since I'm a healer, I could just heal myself from all the wounds that I'm taking. I want to say the tomb rats drop something. It's not this, is it? Like one of them drops boots and one of them drops pilfered boots. Interesting. So yeah, there's plague boots and there's pilfered boots. As you can see, mine are better. I get one more avoid, but I lose the ember damage resist. Because those ember mobs, they can do a lot of damage. Now, realistically, I'm probably just gonna vendor these. Because I already have enough shit in my banks. Now, if level 30 was like, listen, I really need only 4 avoid boots, then they can have them. And I think there's also better boots later on. I know the white wolf stuff. That is also similarly statted. It's like 4 or 5 avoid and some physical damage resist and some movement debuff resist. All classes are viable. And someone in a help chat was like, "Hey, are the classes balanced?" And blah blah blah. And I'm just like, "Hey, listen, all the classes are viable, all of them." And just because you have 3 tanks in one group doesn't mean it's just gonna completely fail, you know. I feel like people get in this mindset where they have to have these optimal groups, but berserkers will always say they are the meta. Very true. And the problem with that is that if you hit level 50 in some berserker gear drops, guess what? You're competing against so many berserkers. For that gear drops. You know. There's always gonna be people who go into this game with kind of a min-max mentality. But realistically, it's all just about sustainability in the long run. You know, do you do decent damage while also being able to help out the group or fit into a group that works for you? No chest, huh? We just haven't been lucky with these chests. So stingy. It's like, come on, give me a chest. Let me get some random scabs and, you know, some cheese. Did we get any more? No, we didn't. But I'm glad they've been adding these solo loops. Because sometimes there's just gaps in the player base right now. And sometimes you just can't always find a group. And it's good to have something else to do while you try to find groups. Yeah. That is true, Mugen. Yeah, it's kind of the whole, like, convenience aspect where it's just often more convenient to do things solo in a lot of current MMOs than not. Especially for, like, quote-unquote grouping. Because it's just like, alright, well, I'm just going to queue for something, and then we're going to do something for 30 minutes, finish it for 30 minutes, and then when we're done, I'm out. The end. But I feel like the game, Embers Adrift, really strives 1 to 20. And, It kind of needs that special. It still needs a little special oof for 30 plus. Because you know, level 50 players still need something to do. Because most level 50 players right now, they're either leveling up alts like I am, or they just wait for the world bosses to spawn. They kill the world bosses and then they log off. So hopefully they have something cooking that kind of gives more players more stuff to do. There we go. The sword. Gonna get our energy back, our stamina. There's a part of me that still kind of wants them to add a mana bar that's yellow, just to really fuck with everybody. It wouldn't be good for anybody, but I would love it. I would think it would be so funny. I'm low on mana. No, I'm low on stamina. No, fuck. The other one. Yeah, I agree with that, Mujin. At least for Embers Adrift, it's not the whole mentality of like, well, the end game, the true game is the end game. Most people would say like the majority of the game is the game, with quests and grouping and whatnot. It's not just a slog, or I should rephrase that. It's not just a tutorial. You know, 1 to max, and then once you hit max, that's when the hard stuff starts. I think they said that they were working on like a boss and a world boss, something, encounter, something, system that's going to change to something. So hopefully that's good. Hopefully that kind of like fixes things a little bit. But I still think this game needs it needs a little something extra, you know, a little extra pepper on that brisket. A little extra Lowry seasoned salt. Probably the biggest two things that are turning me off from Ashes of Creation are obviously the world PvP. Because I just know griefers are going to grief. And, you know, I feel like they're probably going to do it, and then it's going to be too late, and then they're going to try to balance it, and then, you know, it's the whole like, oh, we balanced it too much. Oh no, we didn't balance it enough. Oh no, we balanced it too much. Blah blah blah. And I feel like even with the corruption system, people will still find weird ways around it. Like I had the thought that people are probably going to make alts that will kill people with corruption, and then so that they don't have corruption anymore, without really losing a whole lot. Also, I don't really follow Ashes of Creation a super whole lot, so I don't know. But probably the other thing that's kind of turning me off from it is the whole, like, you know, that thing is going to have a cash shop. For sure. And it's hard to say what kind of things are going to put in that cash shop, but they're definitely going to have one. But I mean, you know, For those people who really like are looking forward to Ashes of Creation, you know, more power to you. I am one person, and alone, those are my personnel feelings on why I'm not that involved in the development of Ashes of Creation. And I feel like Ashes is also going to be kind of combating a lot of, because I know Ashes is really focused on the graphics right now, which is good for promotion right now, but it might run into the problems later where, you know, the game looks beautiful, but the gameplay doesn't really match the graphics, and people don't really stick around for very long. Hey, Gibo. It's been a minute since the last time I've seen you kicking around here. You also playing SOD? Or are you just full Pantheon mode now? Yeah, that makes sense, especially with the NDA being lifted. Yeah, that's kind of why I didn't jump back into Season of Discovery. Because I played Classic WoW when it released in 2019? God, that was a while ago. And it was kind of the same thing where it was like really good for the first couple of months, and then it just went boop, right into the ground. And then Blizzard just kind of reacted a little too soon to things. Like, we were supposed to get a bunch of stuff later, and oh yeah, that's definitely what happened in Classic too. Loot insanity. Because you have these items that people, like, especially weapons, that are so, like, pivotal to DPS, and people will fucking lose their shit if they don't get them. I know. I broke a freaking keyboard tray because a level 48 warrior won the sword from Onyxia from me, or he like beat me on the roll, and I've been trying to get that thing for months, and it was just like, it was such a mess. I feel like you're getting like a tiny bit of that with Embers in the end game rating right now with the weapons, but that said, I feel like the solution is coming with that, where you have epic weapons and epic quests. So even though there's these weapons that people really want right now, it's not really the end of the world if you don't get it. And plus, this isn't like a DPS centric game where you have meters and all that jazz. There's no meters in Embers, and I hope to God they never add any systems that allow people to see what DPS is on people. Because the second you do that, people are going to start min-maxing, even though it's not really that kind of game. Yeah. Yeah, like like you said earlier, Season of Discovery had some good ideas, but it just wasn't enough. We'll see about Eternal Tombs. I'm like, I mean, I wish them the best. I don't know how the whole like server or like human GMs like doing like dungeons and stuff, how that's gonna work out in the long run. Yeah, and the action combat. That's another thing. But I mean, if they can pull it off, you know, good. That's good for them. Isn't Eternal Tombs also developed by like one or two people? I know it's a pretty small development team. It might even be smaller than Embers. Again, I haven't done a whole lot of research into it. What I know is more or less like what Derek has talked about. But then again, Nathan's supposed to be streaming it pretty soon. So we'll see what goes on with that. Oh, look, it's a name. Nice. Echo. April 2nd, huh? That's coming up. So wait, is it like April 2nd? If you're interested, you can jump in, or is it you have to get an invite? You have to be lucky to get an invite for it. I don't think there's a lot of story in Dragon's Dogma 2. I don't know. I could be wrong. Just let me get that one. What do you mean I can't see it? There we go. Perfect. I don't want to pull a named and have to fight an ad. It's like I've seen a lot of Dragon's Dogma 1, and I haven't really seen anything that was like very spoilery. But like Final Fantasy VII Remake, yeah, it's definitely very spoilery in there. A bunch of spoiler stuff happening there. So I know even like Nathan streams, as much as he loved that game, wasn't doing so hot for his channel. Because people didn't want to get spoiled. I watched it because I don't care. I hated Remake, and it seems like they did a better job with Rebirth than they did a Remake. Didn't one just literally just spawn? Have I only gotten one? Yep, only one Graveguard. My problem with Final Fantasy, the new Final Fantasies, is that it has a hard time just letting things have impact. Great example is the plate dropping on Midgar. Like in the original, they just go, "Hey, we're gonna fucking drop a plate on these people in Midgar," and then, bam, drop some people. People are fucking dead. And then the remake, it's like, "Oh, we're gonna drop it," but you have, then everyone's gonna run around for like half a fucking hour. And we have to save everyone, and everyone's taking their sweet ass fucking time. Hopefully, that didn't get two. Okay, we only got one. We only got the boss. And so modern weapon after 6. I mean, I feel like seven's a decent game. I would even say it's a good game. But my problem with Final Fantasy is more like post like 13 and onward, because they were trying to like 1 foot in, 1 foot out kind of shit. Like, oh well, it's action, but it's not. Well, it's turn-based, but actually it's just switching between 2 modes, and I don't know. What's this? Ring of Diversion. That's not bad for level 33. I would never wear it, but it's not bad. It's probably the common drop, going that it's a green. Yeah, it's funny. I used to have me and 2 friends, we used to do this game club. It's like a book club, but it was a game club where we would just pick a game for a month, or however long it took to beat. And someone picked Final Fantasy 13. Good lord. That was a slog to get through. And the story wasn't really good. It's kind of all over the place. There's a Scourge. No, we're just gonna let Sleeping Dogs lie over there. A little bit over here. Okay. That's right, we're going this way. We're going downtown in an earlier round. Sugar, we're going down swinging. But I feel like current Final Fantasy is trying too hard to kind of appeal to everyone. And trying to appeal to everyone, it appeals to less people than it normally would. It's like, well, no, this isn't a turn-based. It's action. It's action with a little bit of turn-based. And I feel like games like, oh, is this the fucking 2-shiv? I guess that's 2 shivs. Can't go that way. We can't do the 2 shivs. Not really. Let's see, were we here before? This is a dead end. We have not been there before. Yes, it's kind of weird how I think sometimes 2 shivs just appear in the solo loop sometimes. Which is annoying. But you do what you gotta do. How's our thing going? A little bit more. We're in a way better spot than we were yesterday, that's what I'll say. Because Ember Essence is very important for healers. Because I think all 3 of these heals, they the the Alchemy 1 versions, they don't cost any mana. It's the mana. That's pretty handy, because sometimes you run out of stamina and you just cast an alchemy and then you're able to heal them despite being out of stamina. Let's go over here. Oh, there's two of them. Oh, there's two of them. Whoopsie doodles. Oh, that's why the thing's not working. It didn't get it. I'm gonna have to reconnect. That sucks. I have to reconnect the Twitch and the bot. But just know, if you use the if you redeem the points, I'm still able to do them on my own. See what we're sitting at now? 192. Very good. Wait, that guy said hi earlier. Why did he say hi to me? Was he just like, hi? Oh, he did say stuff, but I missed it. Whoops. Whoopsie doodles. Sorry. I'm gonna miss things that if you say it in guild chat, I'm probably gonna miss it. You know, if you could just spawn 2 grave guards, I would be eternally grateful. Just 2, that's all I'm asking. Just 2 of them. That's it. Daimlos over on YouTube. My gloves! His poor little gloves. They're gone. I deleted them. I ate them. They were so delicious. They were delicioso. I enjoy a good glove, you know? It's funny because, we'll hopefully both get gloves in, FD2. Man, that rat doesn't know what the fuck it wants. It's like, I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna go over there. Because the, Profiter, Lynn's, whatever, she drops some nice gloves. That are probably actually better for me. So we'll do the old back alley trade. You know what I'm saying, you know? I go over there with some gloves, you go over there with some gloves, and then, you know, some things exchange hands, and then we leave and never talking about it. Oh, hey, it's Eloa. Hey, Eloa, how's it going? Glad to be, to have finished a nice, wonderful community show today, I assume. We're currently in the Shrieker EV, just chilling, trying to get some of that delicious OJ Stone juice. We're sitting at 202. Because I'm going to assume I'm going to need every ounce of OJ for my stone. Because Nathan's going to require some big heals, probably. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow, but we're probably going to need some big heals. Doing great, that's good. That's good to hear. You were a little too scared to have been too much of a content creator and not enough of a CM of Embers Adrift. I mean, I feel like it was fine. It was good that the topic of the day. I thought that was a good thing to have. Because yeah, you know, that's something that we're kind of dealing with right now. And I mean, you're only one person. You can only do so many things. You know, big AAA studios, they have quote unquote like content creation people, and then they have a community manager on the side, and you're spinning a lot of plates. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But I think that's a good conversation to have, because the direction of games in the future kind of matters, especially when you're talking about a game like this, which is standing against the common practices of the gaming industry. Because it would be very easy to go like, all right, oh wow, you want to improve your gear, well, you have to spend monies to get the gear McClacker stones so that your gear is actually good, but it's not good until you get those, so please buy. What do you mean this is immoral? We don't care about immorals when there's hard cash. We only care about the cash. 877 cash now. And it's like, it's hard for even me sometimes, because there's a lot of people who just, I don't know, there's just so many angry people out there nowadays in all of kind of venues and media, you know, all the way from stuff that really matters to stuff that doesn't matter. It's like MMOs in the grand scheme of things don't really matter. I don't think so. What I like to say is that, you know, just because I'm criticizing these games does not mean if you enjoy those, I'm criticizing you as a person. I've said that before in some of my video essays. And then I stopped doing video essays because they just take way too much time. And I wasn't really getting a whole lot of return on these like big long things I was putting so much time into. But I feel like people nowadays are just, you know, they just generally just understand that. Well, I don't appreciate your words about me. What words, Diamlos? I don't have timestamps, so I don't know when you said that. But, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, people, like... It's weird just how, like, hostile people are now, and I feel like a lot of people often forget that there's actual human beings behind these keyboards sometimes. You know, who also like watching YouTube and looking at cats and eating food and just the human experience. I mean, for being honest, I'm also a little angry. I'm also an angry person on the internet. The difference is that we don't go, like, I don't go, just because I don't like something, I don't just go to random comments and be like, this game sucks ass. Suck my ass. Fuck you. I don't like you. This game sucks. It's stupid. You're stupid for liking it. And you should probably go jump off a bridge. I mean, we're only humans, Daimlos. We get mad about stuff. Well, the difference is that I would rather someone come in and just allocate their points out instead of just being like, you know, I feel like a lot of people just kind of go immediately to just generic internet troll where they're just like, this game, you know, just the typical usual game sucks ass, looks like it was done by a 3-year-old, and blah, blah, blah. Oh, I'm dying. You know, but if someone said, listen, I don't like this game, here's why I don't like it, you know, I'm more likely to hear them out. You know, even if someone was like, listen, Embers Adrift, there's a little too much grindy, and I wish there were more ranged classes, I'd probably agree with them. But if they could just go in there and they go, I fucking hate this game. This will never be like EverQuest. This will never be like fucking EverQuest, you fuckers. And it's like, damn, dude, calm down. It's like, yeah, it'll never be like EverQuest. And nothing will ever be like EverQuest, including EverQuest 3. Sorry, too soon. That's very true that Daimlos on YouTube just said. I'm playing EQ, and it's not like EQ, exactly. Now can I find my way? Hey, that's right. That's the way back to the camp. It's just, yeah, it's weird. We live in a very, I almost want to say like a hostile time. Especially in like the gaming stratosphere for a lot of reasons. You're either good or you're a piece of shit. It's either amazing or it's garbage. It's not really a whole lot in between. And it's like, I know people are kind of mad, especially in the higher levels, that there's not that much content right now for level 50s and that this game just needs more content. But at the end of the day, you have to realize that, you know, Stormhaven Studio is a very small studio. You know, they can only do so much. You know, it's like a house. 2 people building a house is going to take a while. You can't just go to two people building an entire house with foundation and plumbing and electricity and just expect it to be done within a week. That's just not how things are. And you know, sometimes people just need to take a break. They just need to chill. Look at all these crazy fools. Deliberately bad at game. That's a guild name. Oh yeah, like I said, if you have any questions about Embers Adrift, I have a level 50, so I know a good portion of this game. And I have a level 35 healer. So I have a level 50 DPS and a level 35 healer. I know at least one thing about the game, at least. Maybe two. I'm going to read this out loud. Yeah, it's a little... Yeah, here it's a little our attitude. We are choosing to focus on the entirety... on the entire experience for all players for now. But of fucking course, we want to add more stuff for the 52, exactly. And I feel like a lot of other games have fallen into the trap where they just kind of focused on the highest level content, cough, cough, live, EverQuest, cough, also Dauntless. You know, and that just alienates newer players, you know, who just go in there and it's just dead. You know, it's just dead one to max. Or 1 to 1 level before the max. It was funny with Dauntless because Dauntless was this I used to play it back in the day, and I just recently just found out about this now. But they it was this Monster Hunter like game, kind of more like kiddie, but not really. It was kind of difficult. And, you know, they did trials where people could speed run the hunts for a variety of reasons, and they just kind of seem to focus on that. And then you have a lot of new players going in, and they're not speedrunners, and you know they don't really stick around because everything's just focused on doing these speedrun trials, and they lost a lot of people, and it hurt the game for the long run. Apparently it's like going back, it's like almost back to where it was or something. I don't know. I didn't really do that much research into it. It was just interesting, that whole story about like, oh no, you know, we have to do what the speedrunners want. The speedrunners want more speedrun content. We're gonna do more speedrun content, and it just hurt the game in the long run. And of course, this game's speed leveling for new players to catch up. Exactly. What's this? Imbued Cassiterite necklace. No, thank you. I'm pretty sure those drop all the freaking time, if I remember. But, oh yeah, let me say again. We are in the Shrieker EV solo loop. We are just currently trying to get some Ember Essence, or OJ juice as I like to call it. Orange juice. OJ for OJ Stone. Why do you call it the OJ Stone? Well, actually, I have to turn it back on. Because it's orange. That's why. That's why. No fancy reasons, just that. But yeah, we are here trying to get some experience, maybe get some freaking grave guards. They're being pretty stingy in here about the grave guards. I don't know why. And, okay, yeah. So we pretty much did a full loop. We just did it in a very ass-backwards way. I don't know. Why does everyone break Marmez? I feel like Nathan breaks it because he's like simultaneously hyper-focused and also like distracted at the same time. I saw him on After Dark. No, was it After Dark? It might have been when he was just streaming it by himself. So my Enchanter mezzed it, he hit it. Enchanter mezzed it again, he hit it again, and he was like, I don't think I'm hitting it, I don't know. He's so funny. He's such a wacky and crazy character, that Nathan Napalm. Or that Nate Nape, as I like to call him sometimes. Yeah, we've got a nice little community. Obviously, there's some bad eggs in this community, as there is with any game, for in the long run. And I feel like even the people that are like kind of bad apples, it's still like, whoa, chill. And usually they'll just chill. You have 100 or 200 sons and daughters, and they're all the favorite. All of them. Every single one is your favorite. Listen, little Timothy, he's scrawling on the wall in permanent paint. But don't worry about that. He's the favorite. Little Timothy, I thought we told you that you have to use the bathroom. When you go to the bathroom, you have to, like, go into the toilet. He's our favorite. Yep, he's our favorite. That's our favorite one. He reminds us of how... He reminds us that he is good, but also just how good the other ones are. Well, Timothy, we told you that we don't kick other people in the testicles. We told you this. He's your favorite, though. He keeps things interesting, you know? He just keeps everything interesting. We're getting a lot, but not grave guards. The good news is that we have gotten like 4% experience. That ain't bad. Alright, Gibo, have a good one. Enjoy your time with your grandchild. But also, since you're here, speaking of, because it's kind of been a topic that's been brought up a lot about the bulletin board tasks and potentially canceling them. You could do what... So, Old School RuneScape has a similar system with the Slayer skill, where... So you have Slayer skills, right? And every time you complete a Slayer skill, you get points, and you can spend those points on things that make slaying easier or help you to slay certain enemies. But also, you get a streak, you get a bonus for every consecutive Slayer task that you complete without canceling it. But if you really want to, you can cancel it, but you will lose the streak, and it'll also cost you some points that you could be spending on equipment or abilities or something. I feel like that's kind of like a better approach, because I know you were talking about canceling it every 24 hours, and that might lead into the slippery slope of dailies. But I feel like Old School RuneScape is like kind of a step in the right direction. That said, I fucking hate the Slayer task, the Slayer skills in Old School RuneScape. Because you know, it's a very challenging aspect to fix right now, because it's on people's minds. Like, it's on my mind right now, because I've been trying to find these fucking grave guards for God knows how long. And hopefully you guys think of a good solution. Let's see what we got. No, we don't need these. My inventory is just full of crap. Also, watch me delete all these items so that the chest actually goes away and a new one might spawn. There's probably a hunter out there like, no, those pelts, I could have eaten those. They would have been so good in a soup. But I also think that on top of that, I feel like the game kind of just needs more. I don't know what, but it needs that little spice. It needs that little seasoned salt to kind of take it to the next level. You know, to give 50s more of a reason to log in for more than just world bosses. And also people below that, but like, you know, similar stuff that 50s can do that also lower end people can do as well. Special encounters that will be used for all levels. Interesting. Well, I'll be very interested to see how that plays out. That's good to hear. I know probably a lot of people's concerns are, for the most part, aware of Stormhaven Studios. But that's not going to stop me from just posting on the Reddit and saying how much I hate this game. Listen, I had a bad experience when the game launched, and it will never be good again. How much juice we got? 212. Almost back to full. A very humble approach to Embers Adrift because of the circumstances. Yeah. You know, in a perfect world, you'd be able to double your team size and implement all the cool stuff that you wanted to implement. But yeah, you kind of have to do a lot of balancing. And you have to keep the players happy, but also you want to challenge them, but also you don't want things to be too easy. You don't want things to be too easy, but also you don't want things to be too hard. And also you want people to make money, but you don't want them to make too much money. Also, you want players to be distracted, but not too distracted. You want people to find long-lasting relationships, but not too many long-lasting relationships, so that they play other games that aren't Embers Adrift. You know, it's kind of funny, I was thinking earlier. Because I remember... So I used to play Final Fantasy XIV, mainly back in Heavensward and Stormblood. And there's a big reason why I quit during Stormblood and never looked back. But that's a whole nother story. But at the time, Yoshi P came out and he said, because like there's a big content drought. And people were just mad about it. And Yoshi P was just like, listen, just, you don't have to play the game, you can just play other games. And that really made me mad because, it's an MMO. It's supposed to be a home that you kind of log in all the time to see what people are up to and whatnot. And I felt like it was kind of a cheap excuse to just say it for like someone to say that, because they have such a big team. They can add so much if they really needed to. But it's kind of weird that I'm more or less suggesting that to some people for this game. Mainly because I know the team is just... There's only so much the team can do at the end of the day. And, if you're really burnt out on the game, then, you should probably just take a break for a month or two. And, for all those people out there who are, like, who feel like that they don't like the game right now or whatever, I would tell them, come back in a year or two. And so much will be added by then that there might be something that you find value in. My problem I had with 14 was that they had the means to make a game that you didn't just chew through in a week, in a month. Because that's basically what they did, you know? You do the EX dungeons, you'd get your tomes, and then you'd log out. Or, if you were doing Savage Raiding, you do the Savage Raiding for the week, and then you'd log out, and then eventually people would just be fully raid geared, and then they wouldn't have anything to do. It just wasn't really designed for the long run. And they just, I feel like even now they make so much content that they just throw underneath the rug. Because again, those EX dungeons, a lot of them are not required for the story, and so when you queue for them in like the level 50 or level 60 roulette, they don't come up, so they don't really get used at all. Post that patch, really. Or post that expansion. And it's kind of a damn shame because they put so much time. And 14 has other issues too. Mainly that the main story is such a time investment to get through. That it's such a time investment that there's a story skip. That's how much of a time investment it is to go from starting a fresh level 1 account to getting all the way to the newest expansion. Because they did it in such a, you know, ass backwards way, where you have to do every single main story quest. Well, that's not bad. Well, it isn't until you get to the end of A Realm Reborn, and it's like, all right, time for the DLC quests. Time for the patch quests. And there's just so many. And you'll be level 53 before you even get to Heavensward, which is like 50 to 60. It's crazy. And there's like kind of an adage going around where you either quit before that or you get through it and you become a diehard fan who will never shut up about Final Fantasy XIV. I never shut up about Final Fantasy XIV because Square Enix. I hate Square Enix. It's a terrible company. They ruin a lot. I feel like Rebirth was a step in the right direction. But still, it was still pretty flawed. And it's funny, if you buy the story skip, it's just like, all right, well, you skip the story. Go to your room and watch the cutscenes, idiot. Or you want to know all the things that happen? Too bad. Do that on your own time. That's kind of like, I haven't played since Stormblood. And don't get me wrong, the story in 14's good, but there's just so much filler. There's so many filler main story quests. It's like, go here, look at this shiny spot. I feel like they should have did it how SWTOR did it, so Star Wars: The Old Republic, where you had just side quests, another quest to level up, and then you had your big story quests, which are like every 5 or 10 levels. That's how I feel like they should have approached the main story, because then it wouldn't be so daunting to get through. But again, I don't know what happened after Stormblood. You know, Space Jesus could have came down and saved Cloud Strife, for all I know. It's funny, Eureka was the reason why I stepped away pretty much permanently in Stormblood. That is true. Relationships do take time. So Eureka was a system. So 14 had this great idea to have a game like Embers, like Embers Adrift or Request, where you had this area where you leveled there independently. The level was not the same. Oh yeah, you know about Eureka. Eureka I quit during the second form of Eureka because they didn't really learn anything. They're just like, well, we'll just make it more grindier with less fates. All right, bye. Oh, people don't like it? Well, we're just gonna make it grindier with less fates. All right. And apparently later in the next expansion, they just made it too easy and trivial. They made it like another Eureka that was too easy and trivial. It's just funny. But yeah, long story short, I'm mad at Square Enix and Final Fantasy XIV. I never went back. See, Daimlos, it came around. Came around at the end. And there's like, it wasn't just Eureka, it was the fact that like, they were like splitting up data shards mainly for expansion releases, and it was kind of splitting up raid groups and stuff. I wasn't a fan of that either. And I also felt like at times that the US player base was kind of second and that JP was first. That's just how I felt. I don't know if that's true, but that's how it felt. Cuz like the servers in Japan were way better than the ones in America. But that said, I don't go to every single Final Fantasy XIV video and be like, this is stupid. I hate you. You dumb. You like this game? You dumb. I'm gonna find out where you live and sit outside your house. I need to sit. It's a good thing I'm doing a solo loop and not like... I'm not healing anything crazy right now. Well, that said, I could probably do it. I've done it before. Looking at chat while also making sure Nathan doesn't get two-shot. I mean, yeah, it sucks to have, to pretty much demand players, pretty much server transfer. But that was so long ago that, I didn't really even know what's going on in 14 right now. Apparently, what was the one after that? Shadowbringer? Was that the one after Stormblood? Apparently that one was, the story was a lot better than Stormblood. It's like, it's hard to compare how much story is in from base game to What's that fucking that new one? Moonwalker? Moon Man on the Moon? Moon Man? Moon Cheese Man? Man on the Cheese on the Moon? Endwalker. I mean, same thing. It has a moon in the graphic. I always get Endwalker and Shadow Walker confused. Or Shadowbringer, my bad. Shadowbringer Walker End. Moon over Chizami. Yeah. Hopefully Embers starts picking up in the near future. Cause like Pantheon and Embers Drift. Pantheon and Monsters and Memories are still a good hot minute away from release. You said, Diamos. I don't know what exactly you mean by that, but I'm gonna assume that you mean that I am both smart and cool, and that I just got 1 smart buck. I'm sitting on 4 smart bucks right now, and once I get to 5 smart bucks, I'm gonna be able to get 2 McDoubles. But only 2. You gotta work hard for them smart bucks. Yeah, exactly. Add max sauce, yeah. I like McDonald's sometimes, but every time I eat McDonald's, it's just like you just feel it in your stomach, just rolling around in there. You know, like you just ate a stone, just sits. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that debuff. Negative 88 hit and negative 25 penetration. Wolf. We are sitting at 222. Ember Stone. But I was gonna check up here for our boy. I already forgot his name. Lot? I'll see it and I'll remember, but I will forget until then. Also, fun fact. This is called replenish, and every time I see it, I think about that TikTok or that short about replenishing the soda at the family house. When you deplete it, you replenish. That's what I'm doing. I'm replenishing. I should probably add that to the channel point, maybe even the soundboard. We gotta replenish, man. Best part of that whole shirt is when he calls like the uncle or something, and he's like, "So what do we do when, you know, when we deplete the soda?" Well, obviously you replenish. And he's like, "Exactly, fucker." We're doing pretty good. We got 6%. 6% a level. Now, if some grave guards wanted to spawn, I get probably another 1 or 2% on top of all that, and I'd be a moderately happy boy. I'd be running up and down the street saying, "Look, Ma, I got 32%. I can't count that on 2 hands. That's too many hands to count on. But all this Ember Essence is going to be very handy for me tomorrow. Very handy. What we're doing tomorrow, I have no idea, but we're doing something. We're probably going to, we're going to group. We're going to yell at each other. We're going to laugh. We're going to yell. We're going to cry, and we're going to laugh. Probably in that order. Oh, if you're still there, Eloa. Quick cue. We're just sending more or less just video files to you. We're not editing like a full video. For the thingy-mo-bop that we're working on. The super secret thingy-mo-bops. Okay. So I did the, I already did the opinion part. I just need to find some clips for the other part. Alright, well, that Tushev is a menace, and we don't want to mess with him. He will hurt us. He will hurt our soul. Will this one fill us up? Yes, it will. It will fill us all the way to the brim. OJ spilling out of the stone on top. Yeah, I think we'll mosey our way back to the entrance. And then I think, since no one else is streaming Embers right now, we'll just raid Dracomus and his WoW Season of Discovery thing that he's doing on Tuesdays. That's right, we can't go that way. We have to go the other way. That's right. No, we can't go that way. That's the way we can't go. Because there's a Tushev in there. But before we end, again, any questions that you might have on YouTube or on Twitch, if you're like, listen, I want to give this guy a follow because I don't want to give him one, and you can just go over to my YouTube stream and say something, I don't know. I have the follow only chat on. It keeps out a lot of riffraff, especially for like the Pantheon streams. Like I said, any questions that you may or may not have, say them now or forever hold your peace. You're thinking, what class we use as stabs? But if you don't ask, you'll never know. That'll be knowledge that dies with us. You have to live in the present, not in the future. How much does this game cost? Don't know. Oh, this could be problematic. Okay, we're good, we're good. Yeah, he turned around. He turned around, we good. So yeah, we're gonna slowly make our way out. Alright, Aloha, have a good one. Thanks for stopping by as usual. enjoy sleep because I know it's late there. I think I might just try to boot, scoot, and boogie it. Actually, we'll just go this way. Can't catch me. I'm a motherfucking gingerbread man. Can't see how fast I am. Because I'm so fast. Oh no, frames. Frames. Hopefully these guys still aren't AFK. Okay, good. They already left. I know. I'm just going to stay in here. Well, we got one grave guard. Would have been nice to get more, but, you know, that's just life sometimes. So, you're going to hear me die in the background. That's fine. So, coming up, Wednesday, tomorrow, Nathan Napalm stream. Always a good time. And, Saturday is For the King 2. Hopefully we get actually some For the King 2 this Saturday. That'll be great. Static group live. Is it that? Is it that? Yes. We're going to raid Static group live, and I hope everyone has... And this Sunday, more amulets and armor. Get hyped for that. But I hope everyone has a wonderful Tuesday. It's easy to figure what day it is, but I hope everyone has a wonderful Tuesday. And I'll catch everyone on the flip side. Have a good one, everyone.